There comes a time in everyone's life where they have to physically relocate all of their belongings from one place to another. Oftentimes they find it overwhelming. How did they fit so many boxes worth of things into one place? How are they going to move everything? To these people, I offer this bit of advice. Using the size of your home as a metric to choose a vehicle, the bigger they are, the larger you haul. In today's humble opinion, we're calling every friend with a truck we know in moving out. Every now and again, you'll come across a special type of game. It's the sort of game that reveals to you some of your deepest personality flaws. In this case, my innate competitiveness that turns everything into a personal challenge and my complete unwillingness to do anything about that. Naturally, whenever I come across such a game, I do my best to shove the blame of these faults onto it rather than me. You know, where it's truly deserved. Enter Moving Out, a game that you can look at and rapidly determine is a goofy game to play with your pals. Bright colors, a ridiculous premise, round shapes, and wacky action tell you that this game should be fun. And in a certain light, maybe it is, but I don't care about that light. I want to talk about the light that it presents itself in, and why that light shoots itself in the foot, which I don't actually think is something that light can do. The issue is actually rather difficult to parse within the confines of a 5-minute video, so I'll attempt to simplify for the sake of both of us. When most people are playing games, it feels better to turn the difficulty up rather than to turn the difficulty down. That's it, that's the video. The developers of Moving Out go above and beyond your typical difficulty slider by giving the player control over elements of the game they may not find fun. Don't like the way you handle two-person furniture when you're running solo? You can make it lighter. Feel the level timers are too oppressive to complete? Turn them off. Every complaint that I had when playing the game, and I'm not over-exaggerating here, is an option that you can toggle or tweak. It's as if the developers are begging you to have fun with the product they've created, but they don't know who they're talking to. Fun? What do I look like? Tony, I have fun Malone? It's not a huge deal on the face of it once you've reasoned your way through the potential thought processes. It is a questionable design from a marketing perspective though. Making the decision to increase difficulty is easy, decreasing the difficulty, not on my fucking life. Not on the honor of my title of elite gamer. It also serves to communicate that the game isn't fun, but with a few modest changes, it could be. Then if you start thinking a little more and maybe let that cynical corporate side of you take hold for a few minutes, it starts to look like it was done intentionally to create inclusivity where none would otherwise be needed. What do I mean? I'll tell you what I fucking mean. We got wheelchairs, alright? In a game about moving heavy furniture and containing many a stairs, we have wheelchairs. That's as hilarious as it is short-sighted. Speaking of which, we've got eye patches also. We have a default female human character and no male human character. We are looking at a game with subtle attempts to enforce the idea of inclusivity here. And what do I see when I look at the store page? A description of a feature called Assist Mode. Are you a rookie? No problem. Adjust the game's difficulty so that anyone can play. So what? I'll tell you so what. They made a game harder so that they could kneel down in a beam of angelic light and say, hey, that's okay, we made this game for everyone, and that means you. It's condescending and it ensures that I'll never be able to kill my ego long enough to enjoy the game. Now, of course, I can't guarantee you that this was the thought process, right? I can't say for certain that it was intended consciously or subconsciously, but it seems awfully suspicious when they could have made the easier difficulties baseline. The timer, for instance, make that puppy more lax. Then include optional time trial goals similar to that of the optional objectives. That, boys and girls, is what we call a precedent. At the end of the day, Moving Out isn't a bad game. It's definitely fun on paper. I mean, the premise takes a menial task and makes it entertaining. The mechanics are wonky but serviceable, and orchestrating with your buddies is as frustrating as it is hilarious. The humor's lighthearted and chuckle-worthy, and the level design ranges from pretty spiffy to downright creative. The challenges even get you looking at the levels and thinking about them in a new light. But the first impression for both me and my friend was that it took a fun concept and made it feel way too much like actually moving out a house. It was stressful, frustrating, and having them reassuring me that even my lowly, unskilled self could enjoy the game if perhaps I made it a little easier didn't help. If only I sacrificed my pride for the gods of fun and amusement. For these reasons, I give Moving Out a serviceable score of 7 out of 10. It's the most fun you'll ever have, being degraded outside of a gimp suit. But it does raise the question of why, as the only game with these sorts of mechanics, it would assume that you are anything but a rookie on your first time through, and then make you acknowledge your ineptitude. Thank you everyone for watching, and special thanks to SMG Studio and Devim Games for making moving seem like a fun and enjoyable experience. It's not, in case you were wondering. And as it turns out, people don't like it when you toss fragile boxes onto moving trucks. No matter how much you insist, they'll be fine as long as they hit the bed first. At least you find out who your real friends are, I guess. Until next time, you can catch me over at Twitch TV/JonathanIsBadAtGames, where I'll be playing these games and developing my opinions in real time every night from 8 to 11 Central. Feel free to agree and or berate my tastes as you see fit. We also have some channel point redemptions, including the VIP badge, which is how you can enter the giveaway at the end of each month, so be sure to visit when you can. I'll see you there, and remember that failure is not the worst case scenario. To go on with your bad selves and stay awesome.